We're live. Welcome to the very first LEG Travel Live. Before we get started, I'm going to try to get my team members on here. So just hold on a second and let me see if I can grab them so they can join us. Let's see if they're on here yet. Let's wait for them to get on here and then we'll start. Today, I'm thinking maybe we might talk about Alaska. Amy and I have a trip coming up in September. I am part of the Distinctive Voyages program through Travel Leaders Network. And we will be hosting Seabourn Encore. This is their first time in Alaska. This is their 2026 is their first time in Alaska. So we get to go on the Encore, and we are going to start in Juneau and we end up in Vancouver, but it's a fjords tour. So we're going to go through all the little spots that the big ships can't get to. So it's not your normal port. It's not like your normal Alaska cruise where you go to Ketchikan and Skagway, Sitka. Those this one is a little bit different. So we're going to be going to Wrangell, which is where our shore excursion is going to be. And the great thing about Alaska is to see Alaska on a cruise, you only have to unpack one time. And that is very convenient, especially with all the layers you have to bring to Alaska. So that's kind of nice. The other thing that is great is the majesty of Alaska. You just really can't describe it unless you're there. This will be my 5th cruise to Alaska, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna see if the girls are here yet. Hold on just a second. Group request your viewers. Okay, they're not here yet, so we'll just keep going. Girls, if you are watching, just tap the join and I will add you to the feed, okay? Because I don't see you on here right now. Let me try one more time. No, I don't see you. Okay. Anyways, so let's go back to Alaska. I have my shameless plug here for Princess. They do a great job in Alaska. Princess and Holland are probably the best lines as far as a mass market cruise. They do the best. When you go on a Princess or a Holland cruise in Alaska, you get, when you arrive at port, you get priority. So you feel pretty special because you'll see all the other cruise ships. Sometimes they have to anchor and tender in, but you get port priority there. So you'll see the Princess and Holland ships all lined up. It's kind of fun. If you have any questions, please comment, and I will be happy to answer any questions about Alaska or anywhere. Oh, here we go. Here's Sandy. Yes, Sandy, approve. Okay. And she can, and I'll introduce you to her. So Sandy, I've known since, oh, let's see. Sandy, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Kinda, you're kind of muffled.
Okay.
And I can't see you. So do you have your video on?
It looked like I had to choose between one or two.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Well, I can barely hear you, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Well, it might be
Oh, here we go. Bring them on video. Oh, I don't know if that means, okay, sorry. We're all new to this. This is our first time going live, so we are newbies, you could say. And but let me just talk about my team real quick. We have Jen, who is in Boise, Idaho, and she is our adventure specialist, and she does everything, pretty much everything. She's traveled all around the world. She is just an expert in almost every destination. She specializes in adventure travel, like I said, and she'll be here next week discussing Southeast Asia. and she's going to give us tips, and she's going to tell us, show us a little, just some, some slides and from her journey when she was there. And she's also going to let us know how easy it is to get there on the West Coast. So that's good to know. So she'll be with us next week. But tonight, let's just continue with Alaska unless anybody has a question, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So I was talking about the benefits of going on a cruise in Alaska, and there are, so I was telling you about how beautiful it is and how indescribable, sorry, it is so beautiful. You just can't describe it unless you're there and you see it. You're going to see wildlife like crazy. You're going to see whales. We saw orcas one time, a little pod, I guess a pod of orcas. And is that correct? You can tell me if that's wrong. My sister's watching, so she can tell me. Anyways, let me see, Sandy, if I can try to get you to join on here. I can't. I don't know. I'm glad you're excited, Sandy. Yeah, I know you really want to go on a cruise to Alaska. We're going to work on that for next year. Anyway, so lots to see in Alaska, lots of wildlife, bald eagles everywhere, bears, and if you go in August, it's salmon, they're spawning, and so you're going to see a lot of wildlife and a lot of bears, and because that's kind of fun. There's there's so much stuff to see in Alaska, but um, you have to dress in layers, so it's a little bit hard to pack because it's much easier to pack for a Caribbean cruise than it is an Alaska cruise because you have to bring your binoculars and you have to bring your raincoat and you have to bring your rain shoes and your umbrella and lots of things that and your mosquito repellent, all that stuff. So there's a lot of things to do there. A lot of the ports are really fun. In Ketchikan, they have a loggers show, like a logger show. Is that no lumberjack? They have a lumberjack show that clients love. They also have uh, a bar crawl, and that's really fun. I can't remember who did the bar crawl with me. Was that you, Jen? Did we go on the bar crawl together? Pub crawl. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. And there's also the salmon hatcheries. Oh, also one time I went on ATVs, on those razor, um, like dune buggy things in Ketchikan. That was super fun. It was raining. It was pouring down rain, and me and my colleague Phil, she owns an agency in Canada, which is called LDV and Company, and she's amazing. She does Italy, and she's my Italy expert. Anyways, I love her. She went on the Holland Eurodam with me, and I believe it was 2 years ago. And we did that Razor scooter or whatever it's called. I don't know what they're called, Razor dune buggy kind of things. And it was like I said, it was pouring down rain. Well, she was getting a little anxious because she wanted to drive, and the instructor came by and he goes, no, 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 we'll take turns later. And it wasn't long after that that he came by and he said, okay, I'm going to give you instructions now. And so he told us, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to let off of the gas. And then when you get at the bottom of the hill, make a quick right turn and, and and hit the gas. And I'm like, oh, what in the world are we doing? Well, we get on this hill and I mean, straight down. And Phil's looking at me and she goes, I'm so glad I'm not driving. So I followed his instructions. We survived, and we had the best time. We were going super fast and going through all the puddles and getting mud all over everybody. And we figured out how to use the radio. So we had AC/DC blaring in our, well, it was the Wi-Fi. It had a Wi-Fi connection. So I was playing it off my Spotify on my phone. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. Those are just some adventures. When Jen went with me, she went kayaking. I believe it was in Juneau. Um, I did whale watching in Juneau, and that's when we saw the orcas. That was a lot of fun. And let's see, Joe and I went on Regent Seven Seas last year, and we had some bad weather last year, so it was okay because when the sun did come out, everybody was like, "Hallelujah, this is awesome." Anyways, there's lots to see in Alaska, and so from the West Coast, there's a lot of ports. There's not a lot. You can you can go a 10-day out of San Francisco and on Princess, round trip from San Francisco, so you don't have to get a flight. You could just drive up and park at the port. And then there are many, many, many round trips from Seattle. And a flight to Seattle is super easy from LAX, super easy. And I have some great recommendations for hotels in Seattle and some great excursions. We have So there's Holland, the Eurodam that goes out of Seattle, the Princess Discovery Princess, and they change, sometimes they change their itineraries a little bit, or their ships. So you never know from year to year, which oh yeah, Jen says kayaking was amazing. Yeah, she loved it. She came back and she was just glowing. It was our first cruise together, and she'd never been to Alaska, and she just fell in love with it, and she fell in love with we were on a agent fam, which means there was other agents with us with Holland, and she met all the other agents, and she decided this is what she wanted to do because knew everything about every destination, pretty much, expert. And so that's when she became part of our team, and she is amazing. She's just really, if you ever have a chance to work with Jen, she is definitely a gem. So we love her. Sandy oh, there's Amy. Hi, Amy. Um, so Sandy joined, oh gosh, I don't even remember how long ago you joined our team, Sandy. It's been a while. Um, we have known each other. Well, Amy and I have known each other longer. Sorry, Sandy. But I've known Sandy since high school, and she was my maid of honor in my wedding. So she's known us, Joe and I, we've been married for 39 years, 40 next year. Woohoo. God willing, we're gonna make it many, many years. I hope we go like 65. That would be fun. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, so Sandy, yes, we've known her for a long time. And Sandy's really specializing, she really wants to specialize in solo travel for women. So if you're thinking of putting a group together, this is the great thing about people don't know about this, but if you start a group and you get enough people and you say, hey, come with me, a lot of times you get to go for free. So you need to talk to Sandy. Well, any of us can together groups, but Sandy would really like to put together some women solo groups. So if you're interested in that, let her know, and she can definitely put that group together for you and hopefully get you some free cruise or a free trip. That'd be awesome. And then Amy I've known since first grade, and we were best friends all through grade school. And then when we were in, I believe it was like fifth grade, maybe, we both moved out to Rosedale. So we grew up we both went to Wingland, and we grew up in Oildale. And then we both moved to Rosedale, and we lived in Rosedale when it wasn't cool to live in Rosedale. So anyways, that was fun. So Amy and I have known each other, and we've been through a lot together, a whole lot. We had an amazing childhood, just crazy times. And anyways, Amy's retired. She taught for 30 some years. Amy, is that right? 30 some? Oh, seventh grade. Oh, it was seventh grade? No, really? Oh, you're right. You're right. Because we started in seventh grade, but I think we moved in sixth grade. Remember, because we carpooled. We carpooled to oil, or was that high school? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Nobody cares about that. Anyways, 31. What are you saying 31 for? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, 31 years. She taught for 31 years. So she just retired. She just retired. And she moved to Orlando, and she is going to be specializing in cruises and theme parks and pretty much anything, but that's what she's going to focus on right now because she's right there by all the really cool ports that go to the Caribbean. So she's learning all about cruising. She took a week training in Jacksonville at our host agency just a couple weeks ago, and so she got a lot of training and she met a lot of vendors. And so we're really excited for her to be on our team. Cindy is our other team member, and she lives in Palmdale. She's been an agent for many, many years, and she's been with me the longest. And she is work. She does pretty much everything, but she really specializes in all-inclusive resorts. But she's now trying to go into maybe group trips, like with Europe and different destinations, Costa Rica, different places. She's going to try to put together some group tours and that type of thing. So she's kind of venturing out, but she's really good at all inclusive. So that's kind of what her niche has been. And we have also on our team, she's our social media person, and that's Jody. And Jody's been with us for about, oh, I don't know, a couple months, maybe, Jody. She's been doing all of our social media and helping me with putting everything together and posting and emails and all that stuff. So she is definitely an asset, and we really, really thank her for being part of our team. We have a fun fact is next month we are all going to Orlando. And we are going to our host agency, which is Outside Agents. I've been with them for almost 11 years. And we are going for they have a convention every other year. And so we're all going, all five of us, and we're staying, it's at Universal. So we're going to be staying at, oh gosh, I think we're staying at the Loews Royal Pacific. And so we'll have, I can't remember how many days we have there, maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe 4 days. Anyways, so it's a time where we can meet with vendors, suppliers, destinations, tourism boards, and we're going to learn. We're going to have one-on-ones. We're going to have boardrooms, which is a group of agents, and then a supplier comes in and does a presentation. So we're going to have a gala, which is called Jungle Theme. So we need to figure out what we're going to wear for that, girls. So I was at GTM West, or I wasn't GTM West, it was GTM North America, and it is you have to be chosen for this event. It's top selling agents. And I was invited to, I just got back from that was in Florida. And there was the Australian the tourism for Australia, the tourism board for Australia was there. And we had our last night was pretty much around the world theme, so we could wear whatever we wanted to. And they wore their down under gear, and they had blow up kangaroos, and it was so funny. They were tossing those kangaroos all over the dance floor. It was quite funny. Anyways, I was thinking that might be kind of fun, girls, to bring a some kind of a blow up jungle animal that we could throw around the room. Anyways, nobody wants to hear about that. Let's start talking again about Alaska. So, we talked about the ports and we talked about the wildlife. Okay, so it's great. This is what's great about it. It's good for couples, it's good for families, And it's also good for multi-generations. So grandma, grandpa want to take their kids and their grandkids, it's perfect. The kids absolutely will love it. On the almost all of the larger ships, you're going to have a ranger on board that you immerse in Alaska, in the culture and everything and the wildlife, and these rangers are narrating everything. A lot of the cruises will take you through Glacier Bay or Hubbard Glacier. I've seen them both now, and I've got to say they're both breathtaking, but I think I'm partial to Hubbard. I really liked it. But they're both beautiful. But you don't want to miss it. If you do an Alaska cruise, you do not want to miss um, seeing a glacier, just cruising through the glacier, because it is breathtaking and just amazing. And you can, everything's really quiet and the ships are really slow and you can hear the ice coming off of the glacier and tumbling into the water. It's really cool. It's really a fun experience, and like I said, it's hard to describe unless you're actually there. So yeah, good for families, good for multi-gen. Um, then we've got, okay, so I was telling you about Seabourn. This is the first time they're there. Well, it looks like Disney is going to, yeah, so Disney has two ships in Alaska. MSC just started in Alaska this year, and Virgin Voyages. So Virgin Voyages, you can do, they're also a round trip out of Seattle. There's a adult only experience. And you can imagine I've not been on Virgin yet. I'm going in October. So that'll be the first time I've gone, so I'll tell you guys all about it when I get back. So Virgin is going, and Virgin, Disney, MSC, Seabourn, and then of course there's, every pretty much every cruise line goes there. Windstar's gonna go there next year, so I'm hoping to go on that. Um, so other things, does anybody have any questions? If you have questions, just write them. There's a little comment thing, and you can just write them, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And girls, if you see anybody ask a question and I don't catch it, um, just go ahead and answer for me. We're getting close here. Okay, here's some packing tips. Um, I think we already I told you some of the things. Yeah, I pretty much told you everything. Yeah, I would just say don't overpack. I'm learning. I mean, after 11 years in the business, I'm learning. I mean, Jen is our expert for packing. She can put, well, just to give you an example, when I took her to Alaska with me, she had everything in a backpack for the whole week. The whole week. So if you want any packing tips, reach out to Jen because she's the one. She is, she's incredible. How do you do that, Jen? I don't know. So it's all about layering, and it's all about you know, packing light. So, I always get the waterproof pants because most of the time it's dewy or rainy. What are you saying, Amy? Why did you say what? About oh yeah, about Jen packing. Yeah, I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you pack for a week in a backpack. Well, I'd like to see Sandy. Actually, actually, I'd like to see Sandy. Oh, Kelsey's here. Yeah, Kelsey, do you think you could pack for a week in Alaska in a backpack like Jen did? No, no, she couldn't. Um, Sherry, you do not need a passport for Alaska. If, okay, that's a very good question. So, if you cruise out of a US port and return in a US port, you do not need a backpack. You don't need a passport. Um, but if you want to get off the ship in Canada, which there will always be a international um, port. It's the rule. So so most of them that go round trip from Seattle have a stop in Victoria on the way back. And if you don't, I never get off the ship because it's usually a late port. It's usually like 10 o'clock at night or something. Well, it's usually pretty late. I don't know if it's that late, but it's like 7 or something. So I just usually stay on the ship. And but so if you stayed on the ship, you wouldn't need a passport. If you get off the ship in Canada, you do need a passport. Um, if you go to the Yukon, you need a passport. So anytime you go into Canada, so there's a lot of Yukon tours when you're in Skagway. So in Skagway, if you want to go up to the Yukon and cross over into Canada, you'll need your passport because they stop you. They stop you, and the Mounties come on board the bus, and you have to hold your passport like this, open, so they can look at your face and see that you're who you are. I mean, they're really strict about it. So yes, that's that. So I mean, I would suggest everybody get a passport. They're about 3 to 6 weeks out right now. So, I mean, it's a good time to get them. I mean, unless anything's changed. It seems like I saw something pop up just recently, but typically 3 to 6 weeks out. And, everybody, if you have a passport, you don't need a real ID. Um, so that's kind of one good benefit, but by this time, everybody already has one, but you don't need one if you have a passport. I don't have a real ID. I just have a passport. They're good for 10 years. So everybody get your passports. If you're interested in going on the Seabourn Encore with Sandy and I'm sorry, Sandy, with Amy and I in September, it's September 11th through the 18th. And it's, like I said, it starts in Juneau and it ends in Vancouver. And you're going to see all kinds of beautiful, beautiful fjords, um, just breathtaking. A lot of the excursions are on Zodiacs and kayaks. Jen, you would love this one. Um, there's really only Wrangell is the only port that we actually get off and walk around. There's a town there. The rest of them are just landscapes and beautiful scenery and glaciers and things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Anybody have any other questions? Before I wrap it up, I want to just let you know we're going to be here every week at 6 o'clock on Thursdays, and we can answer any questions you have. Um, we can provide you with tips for traveling. We have an experienced team that can help you with any type of travel that you desire. We're very responsive. We can get back to you right away. You can email us. You can send a message on our Facebook page, on our website, legtravels.com. And before I leave this one, I just want to thank everybody for coming, first of all, and for participating on our very first LEG Travel Live. I so wanted to say live from Bakersfield. It's LEG Live. I just did. I did. I said it. So stupid, I know. Anyways, I had to say it. I had to get it out there. Um, Jen is going to be here next week, and she is going to talk about Southeast Asia. She's going to talk about, she's going to show you a presentation of when she was there. And I think she's been there many times, but I think, anyways, she's an expert in Asia. So if you are thinking about going to Asia, anywhere, she's an expert, but she's going to talk about Southeast Asia. And she's going to give you some tips. She's going to tell you how easy it is to get there. And other than that, I think that's it. I just think this was a lot of fun. It was fun, huh? Right, girls? It was fun. Next time we'll have more people. I know we'll have more people next time. So just just contact us if you want any type of trip, we're all capable of helping you. And we love, it's what we love. Connie, Connie's late to the party, but you know what, Connie? It's going to be recorded and you can be able to hear it. Connie is my mama Connie. I love her. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna record this so you can see it, and we'll be back next week. Thank you so much for joining. And if I can figure out how to turn this off, we're all good. Oh, there's a finish button. Bye.